Well, this day is much nicer. It's a Sunday. Oh, this is much nicer than the other day with the rain and the high winds that semis blew over on the interstate and other roads, and people lost trampolines and stuff. So who knows? There could be, well, mountains could be different, but there could be trees down up here, so I guess we'll find out. So I'm also filming at 1080 by 60 frames wide with the GoPro colors and automatic settings, kind of like I did on my last video, because I just want to try that out and see how it works. Oh, as you notice, I put the Highway Dirt Bikes mirror on the correct side, on the left side, so it's actually usable. I can see what's behind me, if anything. That's one thing I've been lacking on this bike for, well, ever. I've never had a mirror. But, you know, I only get on these simple roads, but I do worry around my own area because, my luck, a cop would be behind me and I wouldn't have a clue. And I'd just be riding along, not knowing, until I get to a turn or happen to look back or whatever. And be like, oh, you know. So, figured I would put one on. It sure is a crazy world we live in, isn't it? The whole mask thing is starting to get really old. Especially those that are so pro it for no reason. They can't state a reason. Their only reason is, well, so other people don't get sick. Well, that's a noble reason. A, if the mask worked. B, you didn't have homemade mask. Good luck trying to find brand new N95 still. You know, that's not going to happen. That's probably going to take another year or so before manufacturing elsewhere in the U.S. is up, and the masks that you can get are not some Chinese import that are defective anyways and don't even meet the N95 standards, which, as I read the directions for those masks in another video, 3M don't guarantee N95 for viruses. It's not what they're made for. They're made for not breathing in drywall dust, not breathing in fiberglass and other airborne wood chips and stuff like that, you know? I have a feeling most people have never read the directions on their N95 mask or N100 mask, which is even better, but it's not going to stop a virus, per 3M. It might, I think the one mask actually said it might reduce, but that's you getting it. That's breathing in, because the masks are tested for breathing in, not breathing outwards. And as I had stated and then showed in that video, using the N100, but my wife has the N95. I think she got rid of it finally, because, you know, she had it for a while. But her N95 had the valve on it, and that valve lets you breathe air out. You're gonna be like, oh, who would wear one of those? Last week I was in King Soopers. Wife asked me to go pick up some hot dogs because she forgot the hot dogs when she was at the store, so I go. And it's simple, run in and get. I don't use a mask. I don't go in, I don't talk. I breathe in and out through my nose like a normal human being, for God's sakes. And I look for the hot dogs, get the hot dogs, go up to the checkout, and I noticed two issues. And they were one with a customer, one with an employee. One of the baggers had on a knitted mask. Knitted mask. Have you ever seen, or maybe it was crocheted, whatever the term is, I would call it knitted, but I don't know the difference between crochet and knitting. So something my grandmother would make blankets, and we have those blankets. I love the blanket and stuff, you know. It's kind of an older generation. Not as many people do that still. So I'm assuming his mother or his grandmother made a mask. He's wearing this mask. Hey, a knitted mask. It's going to be hot. This thing was very big because, well, knitting is tends to take up a lot of space because there's a lot of room between the nits. Hence my next part. Everything is going through that. It's not stopping a dang thing. Maybe the largest spit, but if you talk and you have huge spit coming out of your mouth, you have other issues. Now, we all have had, where you see a piece of spit go, you're like, ugh. We've all been that when we're talking. It happens. But I would say it's not that common of an occurrence, at least for me. Okay, so the other example. Customer was checking out maybe 3 registers over. He had an N95. He turned his head. What type of N95 did he have? He had the one with the valve on the front. So, for those people saying, hey, it's for you to stop infecting other people, well, how did that just stop infecting other people? He's breathing in and out, exhaling out of that valve. When he breathes in, it's getting filtered, because that's how the masks are made to work, for inwards, not outwards. And the valve is there so you don't get hypoxia, and you have an easier time when you breathe out. You're getting fresh air in because you're sucking in through the filter of the N95 or N100, whatever the case might be. Everyone was sold on the N95, so we'll stick with that. So he absolutely was not protecting anybody. He was protecting maybe himself, but he wasn't protecting anyone else. So this fallacy of somehow you are protecting others by wearing the mask, well, that's not how the N95 masks were designed. Forget the idea of homemade masks somehow protecting stuff going out or in. It's not. All the mask is a feel-good measure. That's all it is. It's a feel-good measure. But hey, if you want to wear them, wear them. I'm not saying don't wear it. I'm just saying it's not going to do anything. Unless you're a spitter. But why are you going in the store and talking? That's the part I don't like. The cashier wants to gab to you. Well, I don't want to gab. I'm just like, nod my head, say very little. The minimum I have to say. Same at dining in at a restaurant, because our restaurants are open here. We just went to Biagio's. And I only talked to the waiter when I was sitting at my table. They're wearing homemade masks, so not really doing anything. But when I went to leave, and they said bye. I said bye, but I made sure not to spit and didn't look right at them, So, what the heck is with this jalopy? We got tires up there. All for one for all. All for Hunter Card. God only knows. The Carrick community at something. Those tires are going to fall off on a road that's bouncy. It has one tie-down strap and they're rocking back and forth. Why are you carrying around tires with you and probably throwing them away? So now we have the issue with Denver. Denver, Colorado is probably the strictest. And my buddy up there said, some businesses, because the governor allowed the businesses don't have to serve you if you have a mask, which is a fallacy in itself, because businesses have the right to deny service to anyone anyways. So it's a feel-good law that really didn't fill a gap in anything. Businesses already had that right if they so choose. And And I'm okay with businesses not wanting to serve people. Hey, I just won't go there, I won't spend my money there, that's fine. It's kind of suicidal unless you're appealing to the scaredy cat crowd that's all into the whole mask thing. So yeah, business has the right to say, no, you can't come here because you're not wearing a mask. Sorry. Okay, fine. I wouldn't argue with them. I'd just be like, oh well, I'll just go somewhere else. That's all I would say as I walk out. I don't think most businesses are going to do that, though. Maybe some mom and pop businesses. I don't think big retail is going to do that. They've kind of, for the most part now, it's up to you. They strongly recommend, and they probably do that for liability reasons, insurance reasons. Well, we're strongly recommending to our customers. But I don't think they're just going to totally say, you're not allowed here. And then it comes to the issue of, well, what if you really do have a valid medical concern? You do not, under HIPAA, have to walk around with your medical papers. You know? You don't have to do that. You don't have to show people your medical stuff, just like a person with a seeing eye dog doesn't have to prove that it's a seeing eye dog. So you get people who abuse it. So you're going to get people that abuse saying, well, I can't wear one because I have really bad asthma. Now the thing is, if you're lying, you're not going to have a case to sue them. But if they get the wrong person, that's like, no, I really do. I can't wear one. And the business kicks them out, then they're going to have a lawsuit under the ADA, Americans Disability Act. You can't deny service to them. So it would be very interesting what businesses try, what businesses end up suing, or what people end up suing businesses. Sorry, I was train of thought there as I'm passing the SUV and mountain bikers. But yeah, I it's going to be very interesting. I think it's just creating more issues. And our governor's a weenie because there hasn't been that many cases in Colorado. We're not as strict as some states, but we're not as loose as others. You got, like, my parents in Tennessee, they're where they retired to. They're not from there originally. They retired there. They've been there for a while now. And they're just like, yeah, everything's open back up. Like, maybe 50% of people or less wear the mask. And you don't see a resurgence of the virus. So that's why a lot of people think the virus is kind of like blown out of proportion, a hoax. Whether it is or not, who knows? But it definitely doesn't seem to be as big of a deal. Now, my question has been, if China, if you watch some alternative news sites, I don't mean far-right news sites or anything, but those two have talked about it, but you also got foreign news sites. I watch a Indian news channel. Oh, and they're not really conservative, They don't give Trump credit on some stuff, but what they do talk about is China. And they talk about, how there's new cases and they're welding people in. And if you go look around, you can see where Chinese have been videoing this, where there has been a resurgence of the virus and people are getting welded in and their businesses are being shut down again and people are going out of business and are using all their savings to, live. And China's still taking these drastic measures once again. But of course they blocked all the media and they're not reporting the numbers. They want to look like the saviors of the world even though they released this dang virus. Whether it was by accident from the food market. I don't think it was on purpose because it seems to be affecting them more. But it does make you wonder that, seeing as they probably have a lot more cases than we do, and they're having this huge, resurgence of the virus on the population, and it seems to have never really went away from all the reporting when you start researching it. That, was it made in a lab, and was it genetic? Was it something that, because obviously in Asian culture they were using Asian genes, Asian DNA, or and it's affecting them more because that's what they were using. And maybe something with us is just not affecting as much, or by the time it got here. And I did see one thing where it said there's like 3, possibly more different strains, and the U.S. got a different strain, and then the place in Italy got like the main strain from China, so that one could have been more deadly, yada yada. And that's a possibility. So anyways, that's probably enough mask talk and virus talk for today. So anyways, please like, subscribe, check out my other videos that are more entertaining of writing than me talking about probably a hot topic that people seem to get enraged about. But anyways, I just thought it needed to be talked about because it's kind of ridiculous. Okay, have a good one and take care, my friends. Later. Bye.